Ban Chiang, Whispers from the Earth and the Secret of a Forgotten Civilization. Yes, the story of Ban Chiang reveals a surprisingly advanced and independent Bronze Age civilization that flourished in what is now Thailand. It is most famous for its distinctive red-painted pottery and for revolutionizing our understanding of when metallurgy began in Southeast Asia. Introduction: a fateful stumble. History is sometimes revealed not by large-scale excavations, but by pure accident. Our story begins one day in 1966 in a quiet village called Ban Chiang in northeastern Thailand. A young American student named Stephen Young, while walking, tripped over a root and fell face first to the ground. As he got up and brushed off the dust, he saw what had tripped him: not a root, but the rim of an ancient pottery vessel decorated with strange red spiral patterns. That fateful stumble opened a door to a world that had been forgotten for over 3,000 years. It forced historians to completely rewrite their understanding of Southeast Asian prehistory. Because beneath the peaceful village of Ban Chiang lay not ordinary soil, but a massive cemetery, the remains of a mysterious civilization, and a cradle of metallurgical technology that changed the entire region. Today, we will become archaeologists and together seek the answers to the mysteries of Ban Chiang. Who were they? How did they live? And why would such a brilliant civilization disappear without a farewell? Chapter 1: The Red Pottery Jars, Messages from the Afterlife. As excavations began, the first and most striking discovery was the countless pieces of pottery. Most notable were the spherical jars, decorated with spiral and geometric patterns, and sometimes human and animal figures, painted in a deep red ochre on a buff-colored background. Their beauty was at once rustic and strangely sophisticated. But these were not everyday items. They were found in graves, buried with the deceased. The people of Ban Chiang had a very special burial custom. They buried their dead directly beneath the floors of their own homes. It seems that for them, the boundary between life and death was thin. The departed did not go to a distant land, but remained a part of the family, still dwelling beneath the stilt house where they once lived. What could these jars be? Vessels for the soul? Perhaps the people of Ban Chiang believed these jars were new homes for the souls of the deceased, where they could reside on their journey to the other world. Ritual offerings? They may have contained food, drink, and other necessities for the afterlife. Some large jars were even used to bury infants, like a ceramic sarcophagus cradling the child in the earth. Strangely, in the earliest periods, the jars were often intentionally shattered before burial. Was this a ritual killing of the object so that its spirit could follow and serve its owner? Were the repeating spiral patterns a symbol of the cycle of reincarnation, or a type of charm to protect the dead from evil forces? Each jar is a question, a wordless message from a belief system for which we have lost the key. Chapter 2: The Silent Metallurgical Revolution. The greatest mystery and most shocking discovery at Ban Chiang lay deeper than the pottery. It was metal objects. Archaeologists found bracelets, anklets, small bells, spearheads, and axes made of bronze, an alloy of copper and tin. When these bronze artifacts were dated using radiocarbon methods, scientists were stunned. They dated back as far as 1500 BCE, perhaps even earlier. This discovery completely overturned previous theories. Western scholars had long believed that Southeast Asia was a technological backwater that only learned metallurgy from China around 500 BCE. But Ban Chiang proved the opposite. Its people had mastered the technology independently, and even earlier than some other civilizations. They were pioneers. But the metallurgical revolution of the Ban Chiang people was a quiet and peaceful one. Unlike in Europe or the Middle East, where metal was primarily used to forge weapons for war, the vast majority of bronze items at Ban Chiang were jewelry and agricultural tools. They turned metal into beauty, into exquisite bracelets worn by the living and the dead, into small bells that created pleasant sounds. They practiced metallurgy not to conquer, but to beautify their lives and to serve their wet rice agriculture. The general absence of weapons and fortifications suggests a relatively peaceful and prosperous society. They were master metallurgists, but not aggressive warriors. Chapter 3: The Mysterious Rollers and the Civilization Without Writing. Among the thousands of artifacts, one type is the most perplexing for archaeologists. Small clay rollers intricately carved with geometric patterns. They were often found in the graves of children. What were they used for? To this day, no one knows for sure. One theory suggests they were used to print patterns on fabric, a form of early printing technology. Another theory proposes they were toys, or perhaps ritual objects with a meaning we cannot comprehend. The existence of these mysterious objects points to a complex and creative cultural life. But the most astonishing thing is that this civilization, which existed for nearly 2,000 years, mastered metallurgy, and created beautiful pottery, appears to have had no writing system. Not a single stele, not a single text has ever been found. Their entire history, their beliefs, and their stories are told only through silent objects. Why did they not have writing? Or did they write on perishable materials like bamboo or wood, which have long since vanished? The silence of a written record makes the Ban Chiang civilization even more mystical, like a beautiful but elusive dream. Conclusion: whispers from the past. So, who were the people of Ban Chiang? They were rice farmers, talented potters, pioneering metallurgists, and a people with a rich spiritual life. They built a prosperous and peaceful society, a brilliant cultural cradle that flourished for over 1,500 years. Then where did they go? Why did their culture decline and disappear around 300 CE? Was it due to climate change, a plague, or the rise of other ethnic groups? We do not know for sure. Their disappearance is as mysterious as their emergence. Ban Chiang remains there, resting quietly beneath the earth, like an old storyteller who speaks only in whispers. Each pottery jar, each bronze bracelet, is a sentence in their unfinished story. And perhaps it is this enduring, unsolved mystery that creates the endless fascination of Ban Chiang, a reminder that even in silence, history always finds a way to tell its story. Step into the lost worlds of ancient Southeast Asia, where forgotten kingdoms, legendary rulers, and untold stories come to life. Subscribe now and journey through history like never before.